Hello everybody, this is the latest project and it's called the Internet Surveillance Buster, and basically what it is, it's a cable that gets plugged into your connection to your computer or to your router. It can go one of two places. It can actually go in one of many places, but we're just going to talk about those two for now. And it has a switch in it, and here's a little better view of the switch. And the switch has obviously two positions, on and off. There's a little dimple. There's a little dimple on the switch where I'm pointing to right now. You may or may not be able to see it in the image. And when that dimple is pressed down, the switch is in the on position. When it's pressed the other way, it came up, it's in the off position. Back in the on position, I pressed it down. And what that switch does, it disconnects the internet transmit line, the outgoing transmit line to the internet system. It disconnects it. So now you have given yourself some security from things like Alexa, or also known as Amazon Echo, which is a 24/7 monitoring device. It monitors everything that's being said in the room, whatever, and you only have to trust and believe that it's not going out the internet and being monitored by someone like NSA, National Security Agency. So there are many other types of monitoring things going on. Google just came out with what they call Google Home. It is very much like the Amazon Echo Alexa, or just plain Alexa. And there are other sources. MagicJack. Have you got a MagicJack? That's a phone system. I have a MagicJack, and I have one of these on just my MagicJack, so I can conveniently disconnect it from my router. And then your computer itself could have a program running in the background that you don't know about. A lot of people put tape across the camera on their notebooks. I happen to have my notebook with the camera face down, closed, because I don't even use the screen on my notebook. I use the bigger screen that you can see I'm pointing to right now. All sorts of security issues are protected with this, we'll call it the Internet Surveillance Buster. It busts anybody from surveilling on you, surveying, however you say it. All right, so let's give a presentation on how to connect this. This cable is 5 foot long. It's got a switch at one end, which is roughly a half a foot from the connector, and here's the switch. And I always plug this end of the cable in to the area that's closest to where I can just simply reach with my hand. And I plug this area of the cable, or put it under the table, wherever it has to go to the router or so forth. My router is, I'm pointing to it, it's in that direction right there. And yeah, I can pick up the camera and show you real quick. And you might be able to see it. It's going to take a second for the camera to refocus. You can see the string of lights. That's the router. Down towards the bottom. And now it's towards the bottom on the right-hand side of the screen. That's where my computer is connected to. And a few other devices. Okay, we got our camera back in position. Let's show connecting this cable up. So here's my computer, and here's where my internet comes into my computer. I have this little extension cord buffer connected to my computer, so when I plug my cable in and out, I'm not plugging it into the side of the computer directly, so I don't wear out the connector in the computer. Something to think about. All right, I'm going to disconnect it, and I'm going to show you something, and that is I have my screen. If it's not too bright, if I can aim it so I don't overwhelm my... Underneath the Z, watch the red X pop up. Yep, see the little red? You see a little red. I just lost signal for my internet because I just unplugged it. I'm going to put this back. And you can see I've got the cable unplugged from the computer. So what I'm going to do now, I have a coupler that comes with the Internet Surveillance Buster. And I'm going to put that on the cable. And that is now on the cable, the coupler. And I'm going to plug this end Doesn't matter which one, I just want to have the switch closest to the computer as possible. So I'm going to plug this end of the cable in, and this end of the cable back to my computer. All right. Now, because I disconnected all the wires from the internet, my router and my computer are going to spend about maybe a minute to try to sync up and figure out where they're at. So I'm not going to wait that minute. I'm going to pick up as soon as they get connected. Okay, I'm back. It took a couple of minutes for my computer to sync up again because I disconnected the internet completely. I'll bring that camera close again. Hopefully I can focus on it without... And you can see underneath the Z, there it focused, is my internet connection, and it's connected now. I'm going to hit the switch and disconnect the transmit line and watch the little red X pop up. Oops, there's the little red X. I'm going to turn the switch back on and count the seconds. 1, oops, it's back connected. So once you have the cable connected, it reconnects with an on and off switch pretty quick. I just turned it back off, and I'm going to turn it back on. Maybe you can hear the click. I just clicked it, and how many steps? There it is again. Now I'm going to show you my router. Moving over to the router, and hopefully it'll focus in. There we go. And I can hold my hand on the desk so I don't shake so much. And I'll look at all the lights. Watch one of the lights go off on the router when I hit the switch. Hit the switch, and one light went off. I'm going to turn the router connection back on, and there it is again. Off, on, off, on. Not really that clear, is it? Get a little closer. Off. There you go. You can see it real good now. On. Yep. So the internet surveillance buster, come back, bring the camera back up to its little stand here, let it refocus on everything, is connected in line. Of course, you can bury the line underneath your table or whatever. Here's the switch right here. This is the switch that I've been turning on and off. Right now, the little dimple is down, and that's on the side closest to the short end of the cable. And when I click it, you might hear the click, and I just lost internet connection. Now, I'm not really losing complete internet connection. It's just that nothing that my computer wants to say to the router and to the internet is getting out. I've stopped all outgoing traffic. I've terminated the transmit line. I've cut it in half. Turn it back on, and oops, it just came back to life. So this is what the internet surveillance switch can do for you. I hope you find it useful. I have 3 of them right now, presently connected, one directly to my computer in this presentation, and I have 2 more. I'm going to see if I can show you 2 more. I have a MagicJack. Let's see if I can hold this. Let it focus. Okay. I have a MagicJack right here, and there's a switch on it, and I disconnect my MagicJack when I'm not using it. I do not want MagicJack monitoring my phone line or my internet or anything else. And I do have one on the router. And here it is right here. You can see I'm stretching to show you. So I can disconnect my whole router too if I want, without turning the power off or anything else. And basically everything comes back together or back to life real quick because I'm not taking the cable completely out. I'm disconnecting just one line. I'm going to bring this back here. All right, so that's my little presentation on the Internet Surveillance Buster. This is my workstation. I happen to be an amateur radio enthusiast, so I've got a couple of ham rigs here and so forth. 2-screen. That's it. Okay. Have yourself a nice day, and I hope this video worked for you.